After O-levels, you're thinking to go poly or JC, always choose JC if you can. Always choose JC.
Okay. This one we need to explore.
Wait, let's argue,
yes,
okay?
Why?
Jesse.
Alright, the new year is approaching and all the polys and JCs are going to have their open house. Which means for those who just completed their O-levels, they can go and explore what are the options they have. Do you guys remember after O-levels, right? Do you remember feeling lost or were you always certain what you wanted to do?
Lost. For sure lost. Because I remember flipping the whole JE, because they will issue
The
a
booklet,
JU book, right? Yeah, to every student, right? I remember flipping everything and at the end of it, right, I don't even know what I want. Because I'm not interested in anything. Only maybe 2 courses, like psychology or nursing. Yeah.
What do you mean you feel lost, bro? Your option got 2 only, bro. These or these, bro.
That was before we get our results.
Okay.
I still can choose.
For me, I feel lost because I got a lot of options. No, I can
Same.
But I really wanted to go tourism. But then my dad advised me against it. So he asked me go banking.
Which area of tourism were you interested in? Like the hospitality side for hotel side?
Or the
Should be.
open the hotel
because
for
it's
people.
tourism, resort and management.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So which
so-
part of it you...
Oh, I want to open a hotel last time. Yeah, I want to own a hotel.
Hotelier?
Yes. Yeah.
Study
Not
a
the
bellboy.
bellboy,
We all have the same thought?
For me, I was super lost because right at that moment I only have one thing in mind during the approaching O-levels, all out to studies. So my friends are like, I'm alone kind.
Yeah, aiming towards what you want.
Yeah, after O-level right, I regretted
Should have enjoyed more.
No, nobody talked to. I don't know who to ask and anything. No, I have no advice. So, but before that, I already know I wanted business. So I managed to enter business in RP, but business application.
Yeah.
So application is what, the OS, the learn coding, learn Python, all these things. Wow, I
You know what's the crazy part? For a person who wants to start business, right? This is better information, better knowledge to have than business management, which a lot of people go for.
Because you can apply that. Because this is specialized knowledge that you can only learn in school, or it's better to learn in school. But if you want to start business and not like entrepreneurship and whatnot, right, you can learn outside. Is that what you're trying to...
What I'm trying to say is like business management, which is like the bulk of the business students, right? This teaches you how to operate at the executive level, which means when you have a big company, how do you manage things and stuff? Delegation, understanding the different departments and all this. But when you start a business, you don't need this knowledge.
Because you start from the scratch up, and this is what is the foundation of the business.
You need to know how to create a website, you need to understand the different platforms, which is what business application
So
is
actually
about.
it helped me a lot because there was this one period I also started Rebel Girls, right? So there are some like codes related stuff, very minor, very minimum lah. But I understand the whole layout and the foundation of doing the website up.
Shopify site, no. Rebel Girls. Okay, so there is this one lady from Republic Poly. She used to be from Republic Poly. She recalled feeling very lost during her post-O-levels period. And she gave 3 advice for people who probably are feeling a bit lost right now, unsure what they want to do. So I'm going to run through her advice and then y'all tell me what y'all think about it.
Okay.
The first one is, it's okay not to know where you're going to head to eventually. Okay, so the idea is, you don't have everything figured out, it's fine. Along the way, you can figure it out. You don't need to know it now. What are your thoughts on that?
I believe it's true. Yeah, when we were in primary school, right? Wow, your teacher tell you, wow, bro, you fail PSLE, you cannot go anywhere. Then after go primary school, they say, hey, then you go secondary school, hey, primary school, nothing lah, right? You come to secondary school, you fail O-level, you go nowhere. Then after you go poly, poly cert, diploma only, nothing lah. You must go uni. There's always more challenges ahead. Yeah, so during all this time, right, there's people that go normal tech, then they go ITE, then they go to poly, then they go JC. They took the long route lah, right, which is highly respectable. So they managed to figure their self right on the way during this journey of climbing. So I believe what she says is true.
Okay, but okay, let's compare that to someone who has it figured out earlier on. So he doesn't need to take a longer route. He can just, this is what I want, I'm going in, I'm going to do this, and then later I'm going to do this, and this will be where I start my career.
It's good to have. Because my brother and me is different. I just want to enjoy. I still young.
We know.
Yeah.
Until now.
So I still a bit lost lah. I mean, it's okay to be lost at times. I mean, at that young age, right? It's
Maybe we shouldn't take advice. The second advice she has is this: know what you're looking for now. Which
like
sounds like a contradiction, but basically what she's saying is this: you may not know what you want in the future, and then this will lead to that. But roughly, you know that okay, I want to develop myself in this, and I don't need like a specific course or a specific school or what. I can still develop myself in other ways because this is what I want. Maybe I want to get knowledge. Maybe I want to learn hands-on skills or what. So this is the general idea. What are your thoughts on this?
I feel it's hard to be specific in what you want if you don't know what you want. So I feel the second best thing to do is to figure out what are the things that you want to be or want to learn. Then you take up towards the general direction of where can you gain these skills.
Okay, so the third one is what works best for you. So basically, you need to understand how you are like, what are your interests, what are your strengths, and then do something that maybe you can excel in or you like.
Ikigai lah.
We should talk about soon also.
I feel like all this advice that she gave, right, I think it's relevant lah, like, to us. But I think that it always boils down to one thing: interest. If you have the interest, you have the passion, right, you roughly know towards like few years later what you might be choosing. For example, I have a cousin who is very good at drawing all this, right, when they are young. Then they took up design in poly. Then subsequently they also went to learn business in SMU but it's all within that spectrum because one leads to another thing, So I feel like if you have to be okay, you want something from there, then you slowly build towards that.
Okay, so that's good advice. If let's say now we can have a few more advice to give to people on top of the ones that she's already given,
Okay.
what would you give?
Anyway, I will link back to the first thing that you said, okay, which is open house. When there are open house, right, okay, the period of open houses, go for all of them. Because I feel that when you go for open houses, when you read description of the course, right, okay, it's just on paper. You cannot interact, you cannot ask more questions. But when you go for open houses, right, you can ask people who have already been in the course for maybe 2 years, 3 years, who know the modules, who know the pros and cons, who know how it's like being in this course, and can share with you what maybe you cannot read online. And it's fun
But
also.
don't be baited by them, because I tell you last time after my O-levels, right, I went to NYP. There was this one course they were baiting people. They gave me an ice cream, food science. They gave me an ice cream, and the ice cream was amazing. Like Wendy's ice cream, amazing.
So,
Food science was my third option.
You don't care about food science though.
Because of the ice cream.
okay, now, right, technology is so advanced. Like during our time, right, if you want to research anything about like this job I think a bit harder compared to now because now information is very well accessible.
Available.
Yeah, available. And another thing, and that's one to research online, go and check. Second, right, is actually to go and talk to all your people who are way older than you. Go and talk to everyone, your uncle, aunties, your friends. Go and talk to as many people as possible. Why? Because, right, whatever you study, more or less, there's a bit of relationship with what you're going to do in the future. So you want to see, roughly, is this something that I really want or can I accept this? What are the pros and cons? What am I taking in for this kind of jobs?
What are your thoughts?
Okay, this is the only advice you need, okay, guys? This is really my advice. Okay?
For me,
Okay, guys. If you after O levels you're thinking to go poly or JC, always choose JC if you can. Always choose JC.
Okay. This one we need to explore.
Wait, let's argue.
Yes,
Okay.
Why?
Firstly, JC save a lot of time. Okay, firstly, JC is 2 years. Singapore follow calendar years. Poly, right? How many years?
3 years.
4 years.
Because it's need lah.
Yes, it's April to April.
Yeah.
They take financial year. So you're wasting so much time now. My brother is 1 year older than me. He completes JC, he completes NS. I just get my cert only, bro. Then I still need to go 2 more years. Okay, so the next thing, right, why I say go JC, right, diploma, right, doesn't matter. I tell you something, right, a lot of time, right, you score 3.8, 3.9, right, then you can go to a local U. When you go to a local U, right, then you can choose another course again. Your arts course, your science stream. Right, JC, right, give you a straight foot to the door, right. 80% of the JC grads, right, go to uni, you know.
Yeah, that's true.
But for poly, right, you need to score like 3.8, 3.9, right, like high 3, in order to make it to uni. So you are fighting against, right, you are taking the 20% spot that other 80% of the JC kid, right, have their foot at the door already. Even they score badly, right, in JC, right, they can go uni. And uni, right, then you can start to know what you really want. You can start to explore what you really want. When poly, right, you are wasting so much time. Sometimes a lot of people are like me, right, I go for my course, I go banking and finance, right, he go to nursing, right. Are you working nursing now? No, you're not. Am I working banking now? I'm not. I know a lot of people, right, that don't even follow their stream. Doesn't even work whatever they study. Even my peers also, they don't even work what they study. Like my friend Cyrus, he's doing a chef now, no. Yeah, so I know a lot of people around me, right, that's doing other things than what they study in the poly, right. But when it comes to degree, right, you are at a certain age where you are going into the workforce, you are becoming an adult, you finish your NS already, you are planning your life ahead already. A lot of uni grads, right, but up the course they go to, right, they end up doing that for their career also.
Okay, so a few things that we can explore because of what you develop your argument into. Firstly, you say that he's not doing what he studied, you're not doing what you studied, your chef friend is not doing what he studied. Maybe this ties in with the advice that you and this lady has given. You don't need to figure things out right now. Yeah. As you go along, you can still figure it out. This might give you some skills that will help you in your later stages in whatever career you're doing.
No, that's why if you're not going to figure it out now, what is the best time saving option and the option that can give you the highest chances to go inside uni? JC.
Yeah, so this brings back to the first point you said. So all that you have established is if you go through the JC route, you are shaving a bit of time. And you can figure things out later.
Yes.
But some can also make the case that if you go through the poly route, this will allow you to explore something and you can figure out whether you like it or not. And you can pivot if you don't.
I don't know lah. It's really about Singapore, right? When you go JC, right, you are put on top of a different pedestal than those that go diploma, you know.
Yeah, but okay, this can be perception, but we don't need to play into perception.
But like we can see, right, like even in like NS, example NS.
Okay.
Why is there JC batch? Why is there poly and ITE batch? It's not poly batch, bro. It's poly and ITE batch, bro.
I mean, roughly the same timing they graduate and stuff also.
Yeah, so
I mean, if you were to talk about choosing JC or poly, I think it's more of environment also. I spent 2 years in army with JC people, and when you compare what they talk about, how they act, what are their habits, what they're exposed to, it's very different from poly. And I feel that going through that system will build you into a stronger person.
can I give one last advice?
Wow, another one. I thought you said just that was the best advice.
Yeah. This is for like those people, right? Okay, they got this school, right, called Malaria Institute. Have you guys heard of it before?
Yes,
right?
3 year JC.
3 years JC. Don't ever go to their school, guys.
Okay, this one I can get behind.
Don't ever go to their school. You know why? You know why? Because those people that go MI, right, are those people that really cannot make it to JC. They force their way through this 3 years JC course. And I can tell you a lot of my friends, right, that go to MI, right, drop out one. You know why not? Cause, right, all the top school, Hwa Chong, all this, right, they go through the IB program, right. So they are fighting with like the 70% of non-IB schools. Yeah, you cannot even fight them already, right? You cannot even make it, right? Fighting them during O levels, right? You have to fight the top 30% and the remaining 70% that can make it to JC. You understand what I mean? Right? You cannot fight one, and like you're wasting your time also. Like that school 3 years, you might as well go poly. Poly, bro.
There's some partial truth to that.
I got one question for you all. Like, if you're right now, like 16, 17 lah, right? Then y'all are thinking of which poly or which course to choose. Imagine you're going poly, right? Then your parents interfere, ask you to choose certain kind of course. Then how? What will you do?
I also go banking. My dad asked me go.
Well, your dad asked you to go to banking and finance. he knows that it takes quite a bit to excel in this industry, and it's a well-paying industry. If you can survive here, you can survive out in the real world.
And he
What
knows
he didn't
you.
realize is his side son is named for Millennium Institute.